Hello, we're back, and welcome to TandyCast, Creative Saskatoon. I'm your host, Tandy Wilson, and today we have as our guest, Logs, a hip-hop artist residing in Saskatoon, SK. Let's hop in and see what our guest has to tell us. Alright.
Yo.
Logs.
What's up, buddy? Thanks for having
Logs.
me. I appreciate it. Thanks, Max. Max on the boards.
It's a pleasure. Yeah, we got Max. And then sitting beside Logs, we got an Aaron Zacharias.
Big AZ.
Yeah.
Yeah, a.k.a. Peter Lowe. Man of many names.
So just off the bat, I want to hear like an intro of you. Like I want the world to know who you are. If you could just tell us who you are.
Logs. Yeah, I'm a rapper. My real name's Logan. My homie Musk gave me the name Logs back when I was first rapping with the group Unsatisfied Poets, which my man Tandy here started actually and inducted me into around 2012. So I would say I'm an artist. I like a lot of mediums of art, and I like what else? Who am I? I don't know. I'm a human being. Yeah, fully loaded answers. I'm trying to think of some. But yeah, man, I'm an artist. I'm from Saskatoon. I was born here and went to high school at a little town outside. And then I've been living here since '09, so I would definitely say I'm from here. So
nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you got some roots here then for a while. So you're talking about your past and your build up with Unsatisfied Poets. Have you been collabed with other people as well, like through that time, or coming up to this now?
Yeah, but well, I'm trying to think. I've worked with a lot of artists over the years, I guess, like a lot of unreleased stuff, a lot of just working with friends, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, with Unsatisfied Poets, I would say that, like, that's a lot of artists right there, you know what I mean, to be working with. So, who else have I worked with, though? I guess, like Variety Daily back in the day, I would have worked with a bit. Like, some homies from Edmonton called The Liberators that I did some tracks that never, haven't come out quite yet. But, like, yeah, I just like keeping shit in the vault sometimes, man. Like, that's not really, like, a bad thing to me to have a lot of shit tucked away, building towards something that you really want to do together. You know, work on some shit.
Yeah, absolutely. And you must have done that to this coming EP that had released.
Yeah, my first debut EP with AZ here, Peter Lowe, the Fall in the Forest EP. So that came out in December last year, so 2019. And yeah, got some good feedback, man. It's been doing pretty decently. Like, it feels good to have my first project kind of out there in the world and existing.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have a video for that?
Yeah, a video for
really
a single
enjoyed
trip.
that.
Thank you. Yeah, my friend Steph Skews, you can see links to her work through mine on my YouTube channel and through Instagram and etc. But yeah, she killed it, man. Like, I reached out to her to do the video, and she had
it's beautiful.
Yeah, she nailed it, man. It was really fun to work with her too. Yeah,
nice. And so what would you expect if you were to check the video out? I believe it's Logs, and the song title is Trip.
Is Trip, yeah. I would say expect like a hip hop psychedelia fusion that it's like, I mean, the aim in my mind is that it's supposed to feel kind of like a psychedelic experience with kind of some hip hop vibes.
Oh yeah, I felt
kind of like a drug experience kind of.
Yeah, I felt that.
Nice.
Yeah, nice colors.
Nice, thank you.
So through the process, how does the process of making this EP, how did that come about? Like, I understand. So we got Peter Lowe, you know, to your right here.
Yeah, definitely.
And man,
an old friend of mine, wanted to work with him for a long time, and it was just very, very natural to do a project with him. Basically, guiding me through all the production. Like, I would say definitely it's produced by AZ, Peter Lowe. And then there's it took longer because I wanted him to show me some production techniques and to kind of learn as well. So rather than just you know, finding some beats that I liked and rapping on them, recording and putting it out, we kind of made them from scratch together so that I could learn, and he became like my sensei in the process. So I would say that yeah, this was a really special project for me, man, and AZ definitely wouldn't have it without his help, so definitely grateful for that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Yeah, good when you find an artist that you can work with, that you've wanted to work with.
For sure. Yeah, I never really thought I wouldn't, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, and then of course working with Crab Style too, and like with UP, me and AC have done a lot of performing together and like working on tracks together, so it was definitely not a foreign idea. But yeah, shout out to Crab Style, also another group that I'm currently in and working with right now. All the homies, Eli, Chris, Isaac, AZ, of course, and Merrick.
Nice.
Yeah, buddy.
Nice. Yeah, well, you're talking about performances. So this album was released late 2019. What are some of the performances and shows and venues that you've
rocked at?
Yeah.
Yeah, we stayed at Black Cat Tavern on Broadway here in Saskatoon, and I had Kate the Aquanaut and Factor come out, and it was a really good show, man. It was a good turnout. Yeah, everybody seemed to have a really good time. All the openers also had like who else came? My homie Amory came out, and yeah, it was a great time, man. Like I've rocked that. Then what else? I have a show coming up with Para Poet at the Underground Cafe in early April, so that'll be a fun show. And then yeah, I'm trying to lock in some other dates for just getting out, doing some shows, rocking some live stuff. Yeah, it should be a good year.
So this is more or less your like first solo
EP, definitely. Yeah, first solo, first solo work in general, almost. Yeah,
this definitely. Is like your career, your single individual career. You're working
That's correct.
On, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any like thing in the works right now? Like, are you working on an actual full length album, or is it another EP?
I'm working on another EP right now. I want to do some EPs. I like the idea of like doing shorter projects and more of them versus long, full length projects. Like to me, I always want to have a long play solo record, but I do like the idea of working with a lot of other people and exploring a lot of different sounds. So if I do 3 EPs in a year versus putting that time to invest in something that I know would take me a little longer to do, it also allows me to work with other artists. So like right now I have a project coming out with Factor Chandelier. We've got an EP that's almost done right now. It's coming out, should be coming out this summer.
Quite interesting. I love everything you're saying right now. I love the information that you provide us on the show.
Thank you.
We have our producer Max. He set up a beat, and I was wondering maybe if you could give us a little bit of taste of,
definitely.
Of your skill.
Definitely. I'm always down to bust a freestyle for you, homie.
Oh, that'd be so
should we get into it right now?
I believe so. Yeah.
Let's get it.
Shout out to Max on the beat. Candy Show exclusive. Yo, it's the man Logs. Check it out. Look, I'm on a couch with Poncho. Get him with the bomb flow. Look, they wanna hear me kick another freestyle. I give him one pronto. Like, man, we want the heat, cause it's getting nice out. Getting rather nice outside. Doing that like, yo, that's my leg. Park right outside. Like, man, let's ride. We can hit the concrete. We can hear the leaves in the trees. We can hear that shit feel complete. Like, yo, man, we can skate like you are the story. Cause we do that shit and look, we making noise and letting noise go. Like, man, just let it go. Man, put you on my window while we cruising. Like, yo, man, I see the snow is disappearing and the milk is coming on. And springtime got me feeling spring vibes, man. I'm finna roll. Look, rolling in that back seat, rolling in that back, yo. Yeah. Just a little freestyle for you guys.
That was wonderful. I highly enjoyed that.
Thanks, man.
And well, every artist has influence and stuff. What are some of your most recognizable influences? Like, what drew you to the way you have that double time speed? That
oh man, my favorite rapper of all time is Pharoah Monch for sure. Yeah, Pharoah Monch. Everyone knows him for Simon Says, but I mean, he has so many good joints that people aren't even like. The days of organized confusion are hidden in the history of hip hop to a lot of people, I think, and like that's some shit that made me really want to start experimenting with like my own kinds of writing styles and whatnot. And Raekwon too. Raekwon's a great influence on me, and Mocha Only is a big influence on me.
Good.
And I would say Redman. Redman is my other biggest influence. All those are my top. That's my top boys right there.
That's a nice That's a wild collective of hip hop. I really like that.
Thank you.
On this album that you had, maybe you could just describe some of the recording processes like that you and Peter Lowe have gone through. Like, how did you decide what beats you wanted, like for Trip and everything? Like, that's quite a unique beat. Like,
yeah, definitely. We went through a lot of versions of these songs. Like, there's only 6 songs on that EP, and I would say that there's probably, for most of them, at least 3 versions of each beat that, like, on the process to get in there. I know sometimes it's kind of testing the patience of AZ. Being like, let's change the drums and the whole melody and change all of this to 808s. And he's like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, okay, sure, yeah, let's try it out and remake every beat every time we link up. But like, ended up getting to a dope spot where we would go back and listen to the early iterations of those beats and be like, man, that's trippy. I think that we made a good choice working on some of those as long as we did, but we both agree that it took longer than we would have liked. It's good to have things done in a little shorter time frame, I think, just for the sake of getting on to the next project after that. You can't dwell on a project too long. Doesn't make it a lot better and better, I don't think. So I think it took that long because I was being taught how to do a lot of stuff, so I'm not really mad at that at all. But like
a little education.
Well, yeah, and that kind of came with remaking these tracks too, and laying down little parts myself, etc. So like I would say that, for example, with Trip, yeah, we went through a few versions of it, but yeah, just kind of trying to vibe off of the psychedelia drug experience kind of that I touched on, that like really airy kind of lucid vibes, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, and you'll feel that when you watch it. I think you nailed that description earlier, like right on the head.
Thank you. Yeah, I like the idea of having like instrumentation, like percussion that would change up or come into play, and then you would never really hear it again in the track. So you kind of feel like you imagined it because you're ready to hear it again, and then it never shows up. So little nuances that took a long time to do sometimes too.
Well, that's pretty cool. So you're saying maybe in years down the line we'll hear different versions of these songs or different
oh yeah, some reprisals. Some reprisals. I would definitely be into doing that. I was thinking about some stuff like that. I think
give it years maybe though.
Even give it years maybe. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of other music I want to do before I start, you know. I hate to use the word recycle, but remixing some stuff. Yeah, definitely.
So we've heard a lot about like what you have planned in the future, unless there's something else that's like deeply concerning.
No, I'm really pumped for this release with Factor. Like I said, it's almost done. I've got actually this morning I finished writing the 5th of 6 songs. So like and the 6th beat is picked out. So the first 4 are recorded and done, and I think I was gonna ask AZ to mix it and master it, and then that should be out loosely planned for early summer this year.
That's great.
Yeah. And then I'm still excited to do some stuff with Crab Style and definitely check the social media for any kind of shows I have coming up.
Well, eventually I hope to have you all on here, and
that'd be great. I'd love that. Definitely.
Given your knowledge,
the whole squad.
Quite a bit of you,
we can make that happen.
It'd put me, it'd test my nerves, but I think I'm ready.
Well, I think if you can handle UP, you can handle that. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. But my next question, definitely, I need to let people know.
What's that?
Where they can find you.
The links. Where are the links?
I need them to, that Trip song's on YouTube.
Yeah.
So
YouTube.
You would type in logs.
Yeah, if you type in logs, Trip, it'll bring it right up.
Right on.
And my Instagram handle is at 100 logs, and so is my YouTube 100 logs.
Okay.
And then you can find me on Spotify. That's the one I'm on all the platforms, but I mean Spotify is the one that I really try to follow the closest and whatnot.
Well, it's picked up by a lot of people, right?
Yeah, so definitely.
It's definitely important.
And then definitely at Bandcamp too, 100 logs. So you can find some links to merch there too. If you want to order the physical album, you can order it there, and there'll be links to some new fresh merch there soon too.
We've been blessed. You brought over a couple T-shirts for us. A couple
shirts for the boys, of course.
A couple albums. They're looking beautiful. I love the album.
Yeah, shout out to Pirate Science. Pirate Science hooked up the stickers for me too, and actually made the Crab Style banner. So shout out April at Pirate Science.
Nice.
Another shout out for you.
Yeah, well, we talked about venues and shows and stuff. Are you sure when your next show would be? Like, where are they going to see logs?
The next show is actually April 4th at the Underground Cafe in Riversdale.
I love that. So, you looked over to the right hand.
To my manager. Yeah. So April 4th at the Underground Cafe with Parab Poet and Dragonfly Empire. And then that's the next one I have set for sure. But you never know, man. You can find me at a house party. I could be popping up, but definitely stay tuned because there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out this year. Obviously, the release with Factor, there's going to be a release show for that. And
I anticipate that.
Yeah, and a lot of singles. Great. I could be working with your favorite artists. You never know, whoever that is.
Yeah, not to mention this podcast. Okay.
Bing, bing, bing. That's right.
I need to hear some shout outs though. I need you to
This is the shout out session.
just give out. Yeah.
Okay, shout out my man. First of all, Tandy Wilson. Thanks for having me on the show. Shout out Max, working the boards. I want to give a shout out to my man AZ Peter Lowe here with me. Give a shout out to the whole Crab Style squad. I give a shout out to the UP boys. Shout out UP. Everybody wherever they're at right now. I see some of those cats. I also never see a lot of those cats. So if you hear this and you're out there, definitely know that I'm thinking about all of you guys. And yeah, shout out all my fans. Shout out all the family. Shout out all my homies that have been riding with me and pushing me to do more and telling me they can't wait for the next drop.
That's good.
Yeah, buddy.
That's good. I'm really, really glad to have you on here.
I appreciate it, man.
Like, always.
I really, really do.
I hope you come back. I hope, because it seems like you've got so much on the go. So
yeah, we can talk about some stuff after it drops. We'll talk about the next one.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to do lots this year, so hopefully there'll be a bunch of things to talk about.
Okay.
Right on.
Props.
Props.
Good.
Nice.